Clark asked, propping one side of his hip on the corner of his desk. "I'm only using a few days of my vacation next month. Not all of it," Mason said nonchalantly, though his pulse was already quickening. He was going to a New Year's singles meet retreat in Mars Hill, North Carolina, that he'd had booked for months. A 4-day weekend of snow, skiing, and plenty of single men. Next year was going to be his fucking year. He was going to have a hot social life to go with his amazing job. "What's going on that weekend? You going to see your folks?" Clark asked, then started to groan when Mason began repeatedly hitting his escape key. "Damn it," Mason hissed, cutting his eyes to his partner, then back to his screen. Shit. Tab over twice, select the dates I want. Okay, then... Submit." Mason clicked the green Submit, but another error popped up, indicating his request could not be sent. "I know I'm doing this right." Jesus, I knew it. Clark rolled his eyes. "We're gonna be late." Ignoring his best friend, Mason shook his head in confusion, unable to see what it was he was screwing up. He had to get his paperwork in early, since he was sure there'd be plenty of married officers trying to get in their forms for Valentine's Day weekend, too. He closed and reopened the application again, but the damn request still stalled. "Fuck," Mason barked, tossing his mouse to the floor. It was his 7th one this month. Officers glanced up from their desks, some stopping in mid-stride of wherever they were headed, and laughed at Mason's obvious predicament. "Not again, Mason," a victim advocate specialist giggled, clutching her clipboard to her chest like a shield. "Mason, are you sure you have a degree, man? How'd you manage to turn in your college papers? Hand delivery, or did you fax in your assignments? Because I don't even think you know where the power button is on your monitor," Tompkin murmured when she stepped over Mason's mouse, shaking her head. "And by monitor, I mean the computer screen." Mason rubbed his temples. He didn't give a damn about the teasing. He had thick skin after being a beat cop for 8 years. Besides, the people ribbing him were friends. It was just his computer was possessed. He was sure of it. "Does anyone know a 6th grader who teaches computers for beginners? I gave Mason the pamphlet for Piedmont Learning Academy, but I think even that's too advanced." Officer Vasquez sneered as he walked by with 2 of his loyal cronies laughing behind him, as if he were Rodney fucking Dangerfield. Now Mason was getting pissed. There was teasing, and then there was being a downright dick. Vasquez was on everyone's shit list, and Mason knew his days as a crooked police officer were numbered. "Hey, you all right, my friend?" A smooth, lightly accented voice came from behind him. Mason recognized Lennox Freeman immediately, but he was reluctant to lift his head. The Narcotics Task Force's computer wizard was always coming to his defense, but they kind of did that for each other a lot. "You need some help?" "Sorry, Free. I'm trying to submit a vacation request, but it keeps giving me a red X when I hit send," Mason said as quietly as he could, but Vasquez still overheard him and started a rambunctious round of laughter from more of his partners. "A vacation form!" Free spun around and pinched a scowl in the center of his handsome face, causing a majority of the bullpen to fall silent. "Vasquez, I did not know about your degree in computational science." Vasquez frowned. "In what?" "That's not what my degree is in, really. But you know the new department software so well that you can mock others." Free tucked his tablet that never left his side under his arm. "I am curious to know what you thought of the IT department's memo yesterday on their statistical analysis of workforce management systems for multi-shift companies and big data aggregation trifecta tools." Vasquez looked as if he was trying to figure out what language Free had just spoken in. "Analysis of what?" Free's dark eyes widened in mock outrage. "Did you say of what? But I just literally told you. Someone get this idiot a pamphlet." Vasquez's face and neck turned a deep shade of red as everyone, including his own followers, turned the ridicule on him. Vasquez cursed and dismissed the other officers before he leveled Free with a scowl that promised retribution. Mason watched in surprise as Free stood taller and